Hi everyone, this is IFBB Pro Michelle Johnson, Team Beauty Fit athlete and coach for Team Knockouts. I just got back from the Fort Lauderdale Cup and I'm now taking time to rest and recover. I felt very good about how I went into the show. I was very pleased with my physique. I know I had more weight to lose and decided to do this show very last minute since Beauty Fit was there and didn't give me a lot of downtime to really lose a lot of weight, but I accomplished my goal as far as shaping. I just think I need to really come in tighter and a little less full. But I also am very proud of my team who did extremely well as well, considering this was a bombshell driven show, another team, and the entire show pretty much was bombshell as far as the females went. And it was assumed that you were a bombshell, it seemed, between the tanning and getting the makeup done and conversations. Everyone just thought, you have to be a bombshell. But we went in as team knockouts. I think we made an impact with some of the judges and had a great check-in, great response. I feel that there are some things that I would have liked to have seen done differently at this show, but I won't get into that. I think it's best just to move forward, and that the venue, we still had a wonderful time and made the most of it. And Nina came home with a third place trophy, although she was standing in the center. So I'm not sure how that outcome turned out or why, but it's just better sometimes. And this is bringing up a great topic. When do you say something and when do you don't? And I think it's important in this industry that you understand that everything you say gets reset and twisted and made into other things. So from that perspective as a coach, I just want to make sure people understand that, being honest is important, but sometimes there are things that you should keep to yourself and speak to people directly about, and, to keep the gossip down. And also, you just also have to have faith in outcomes, and that when it's your time, that time will come in the right show, the right environment. You never want to cheat your way to win shows. You never want to feel you have to manipulate to get there. You just want to come in as a good, solid athlete, doing all the posing you can, dieting correctly, and training correctly. And a topic also that's come up lately is when it's time to coach yourself. I think it's common sense to know that if you're a new athlete, coaching yourself is not a good idea, and this is why pros also hire coaches, at least the 95% of them that I know. So the reason that this is coming up is because people have said, I think I'm ready to coach myself. And as insane as that sounds to somebody who's been in this business as long as I have, I also understand it because it's a normal thing for athletes to want to do. I mean, we all want to be in control of our own fate, our own bodies, and everything. But when is it naive? When is it really becoming too big for your britches too fast? And that's really the question, is if you have no background in training or weight management and you're newer to the sport, it's not the most logical thing to do because you're still in the process of learning. You're still the student, and you do need a teacher. We all have to learn from somewhere. Even I've had to learn from somebodies, lots of somebodies, and invest my time and energy in these coaches so that I could become the best at what I do, not just as an athlete, but as a fitness professional. So the saying is pay your dues. But, people like to minimize how hard it is to coach. It's not what people think it is. It's not just, I'm going to go and get certified. Now I'm a great, amazing athlete and coach. This is really minimizing the magnitude of what we do as coaches. So you can't help as a coach to be somewhat insulted, but at the same time, as a coach, I need to step back and realize that, this is called bikini-itis, and this is what young girls, or even some older girls, I guess, feel empowered. And that empowerment, sometimes I hate to say, can be delusional, but that empowerment can also really do things to the ego. And it's important that you know how to handle your ego and moments of empowerment without getting blurred lines. So with that, I'd like to just say, I understand the desire to go into this sport and be your own coach or to do coaching. That is an amazingly common thing that is obviously formed from being so inspired by everything that's going on. But the issue with it is you must do it with precision and understand the years. I've done 15 years, so I can't even imagine the logic of somebody saying, I've been training with you for less than a year and made this amazing progress. And because of what you've done with my body and all this information you've given me and all this stuff I've learned through this sport now, I'm ready to just step up and do what you're doing. And that's like somebody's saying that they're going to join a football team with no years of experience playing football, you know? So it's not that I want to insult anybody, but this issue comes up again and again. So I thought I would address it today and the reasons why. I hope everyone understands where I'm coming from. I'm not going to get into it in depth. I'm just going to say, take your time to be the student and get all the weapons you can under your belt. Learn as much as you can and put into practice once you have a few years of competing under your belt and lots of certifications. I can certainly say it hasn't been one for me. I've had to do at least 15 years of health, fitness, and beauty to get to where I am today and hire several of the best coaches in the world. So, just stay in check with your egos. Keep in perspective that it's good to put your body in the hands of experienced professionals for health reasons, and try to stay humble through the sport, because the sport, one minute you're number one and the next minute you're at the bottom, and you better enjoy what it feels like to fail and rise back up to the top and be at the top, and fail and rise back down to the bottom, or let's say rise back down, let's say fall back down. But you're never really at the bottom if you're a good sport and you continue to learn and you continue to grow and evolve on all the amazing other peripheral levels that this sport has to offer. And that's the really cool thing about being a part of it. It's not being the boss, it's not being in charge, it's not being the best. It's about all the things along the way that you learn, the life lessons, overcoming obstacles, and meeting some amazing people. And I just hope no matter what people do, whether they stay on my team or not, think they know better than me or not, really doesn't matter to me, because I'm here to help. And anybody who wants my help knows how to reach me. Michelle@michellefitness.com. I am feeling great after my show. Just want to let everyone know I'm now going to take a vacation. I like to eat healthy. I don't go crazy and binge or do anything bad, other than have a few cheats here and there. But when I get back from vacation, I'll be getting back on track for next year's season and hoping to take my weight down just like I planned and continue to make progress. And I hope to see many of my former team members rejoin. And if they don't, I'm always going to be supportive and kind as long as it's reciprocated. And at the end of the day, this should feel like a family. This should not be ugly competitiveness. This needs to stay in perspective, that should be for fun. And for some of us, even if it's not, there's no reason to make judgmental comments about other people's bodies, to get too big-headed, to lose your sight of what matters, and keeping your family is your number one priority and your job at home. So, this sport is not worth making yourself ill. This sport is not worth making yourself ugly on the inside. And this sport is certainly not worth losing your judgment about how small we really are in the big picture, and that we all equally are making a contribution to this sport. So let's send out the right message of what this sport is about and give the respect to the professionals that have earned their way to the top. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you after my vacation. Bye.